Thank you very much, Joaquin. Hello, everyone. As Joaquin said, we are actually 1,200 miles from Mendoza, very far, and actually 300 miles from Rio Negro, which is the location you're going to hear more when you hear about Patagonian wines, okay? This is located in the parallel 45. It's actually southern than Central Otago. We are more or less 86 miles to the Pacific Ocean and 120 miles to the, 86 miles to the Pacific Ocean and 120 miles to the Atlantic Ocean. And the elevation there is very different. We are in 150 feet above the sea level. So you can see already completely different from the 4,000 feet of elevation we were talking about in the Uco Valley with my colleagues in here. We are very close to a lake called Muster, okay, that in the past was called Otron by the Tehuelches Indians, which that's what gives the name to Otronia. And of course, being that south and in that such an extreme place put us in front of very extreme conditions. A couple of them are the cold weather. The average temperature in Otronia, it's even colder than the higher altitude of Mendoza or Uco Valley. We talk about an average temperature of 52, 51 Fahrenheit, okay, when Uco Valley, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's generally 55, 54. Also a lot of wind, okay, that's another big challenge, and lots of sun exposure. So if we manage to understand how we deal with these extreme conditions, we get to the result to find really intense concentration and very pure expressions from the place, okay? Otronia Chardonnay 2021 is, for me, is a result of a search of many years. We have two vineyards in Otronia, really close one to the other one. One is called Sierra Silva and the other one is called Paico. This Chardonnay comes from the Paico vineyard, which is 17 acres within the 123 acres that we have in Otronia and that we produce. And it's the result of a search of understanding through precision viticulture, which means a very deep, precise, exhaustive understanding of the soils, the place, and the behavior and the reaction, adaptation of not only the Chardonnay, also all the other varieties that we have planted in there. These 123 acres are divided in 52 blocks. Each block is vinified separately. Again, that's microterroir, that's precision viticulture. And there is something very special each year, or a special search, because we have different designs, of course, and different lines when we are designing the wines. But there is one that is priority, that is to choose the best way to express this place, in a very profound and pure way. So for that, as a variety, we chose Chardonnay. We consider is the more apt to express that. And within the Paico vineyard, we chose blocks number 3 and 6, which are the two blocks we're going to be using for this Chardonnay. Type of soils, completely different to what we were talking until now. I told you we are very close to a lake called Muster, and actually close to another lake that is called Coluel Huapi. That means that where we are located, it's a paleo lake. So it means that all our soils has a lot of influence of these extreme conditions I was telling you before. Okay, we got aeolian type of soils from the deposit like sands. But if we got then what is very important, and if we go to the Chardonnay, what is very dominant, we have lacustrine clay type of soil. Okay, it's even a different type of clay. We could say it's like a bottom lake type of clay. Okay, that in this block number 3 and 6 of the Paico vineyard, it also has a small percentage of carbonated calcium. So you can imagine that all these characteristics I've been mentioning makes an ideal soil for Chardonnay and for Pinot Noir. Then regarding the process, it's very simple. Actually, The Chardonnay has the same process of any other white we make in Otronia. We have another blend where we blend Gewürztraminer, Pinot Gris, Riesling. The process is the same. We harvest in March. As Joaquin said, our vintage is a bit shorter due to the weather, due to the cold weather. So early March we harvest. It has a direct cold pressure without distemming the clusters. It's going to be fermented. It's a spontaneous fermentation, no yeast added. Something that it is different in the Otronia Chardonnay from the other whites is that we make the fermentation in these vats, oak vats, which are called troncoconical. I don't know if that word even exists. It's troncocónico in Spanish.
But just kind of, I don't know, it's troncoconic. So it's almost the same word.
I would say troncoconic because it sounds like that, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, these are from Taranzó, which is a producer that our winemaker Juan Pablo Murgia likes a lot, and it's going to ferment there 45 days. They are oak and they are temperature controlled. And after that, this Chardonnay is going to be aged for up to 2 years, generally 22, 23 months in oak, untoasted. Of course, it's French, but we're going to be using 2,000 to 5,000 liters tunnels. Okay, I don't know. It's for us. This wine is very special. That's why it's a pleasure to be here presenting it. It's the wine that puts Sarmiento, which is the IG where Otronia is located. It puts Sarmiento in the map at some point, and also the Chardonnay. It is the flagship of Otronia. So I'm glad that we're able to taste it here all together. And feel free if you have any question after the tasting to come to the stand. Exactly. Thank you very much.